Hey, I'm Ren. Welcome to my channel. So we'll be building Jingliu today. It's kind of been a long time coming. Let's see what we can do with it, shall we? Jingliu, the former sword champion of the Luofu, a powerful hero of the past who had her reputation erased after she became awestruck after that incident. I used to wonder about the Shenzhou a lot, if we would ever get to explore the other ships or not, or if there's going to be a big twist reveal where Lord Cha reveals himself to be behind everything or something like that. It never happened, but we did get Yin back, I guess. But this video is about Jingliu, not about other characters. I don't know why, but I really hoped that there would be something interesting attached to her character. Yes, she was a member of the High Cloud Quintet, she played a huge role in their history, but at the same time, I had hoped that she would have a bigger plot in the story. Or at least something to do with the story. I don't know, maybe I was asking for too much there. Putting my disappointment aside, this is the build for her. Jingliu, you really did deserve better than this. From my previous builds, I decided to make Jingliu a Damfire. Beings who have known both life and death, with a vicious hunger that, if uncontrolled, can turn them into monstrous creatures who only see others as prey instead of allies. Most Damfires originate from encounters with vampires, but for the sake of this video, I decided to go with it another way instead. I'm going to stick with the curse aspect of Damfire lore, and reflavor it a bit for the sake of being accurate to the story of Jingliu and the High Cloud Quintet. Damfires have an increase to 2 or 3 of their ability scores, they have proficiencies depending on their ancestral legacy, they have dark vision, they don't need to breathe, and they have the vampiric bite ability, meaning that you have fangs and you get buffs out of it, so long as you weren't attacking a construct or the undead, mainly gaining hit points or a bonus to your next attack. For her class, I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted from her at first. I knew I needed to make her a fighter, that was a given, but I couldn't quite figure out what kind of subclass fitted her the best. In the end, I went with Battle Master for her, since she's a talented swordsman, one of the best, and it fit her in a strange way. I gave her the dueling fighting style, and as a Battle Master, she gets the ability called Combat Superiority, which allows her access to manoeuvres and superiority dice that she can use for them. At this level, she has 5 superiority dice that you use and regain after every long or short rest. Additionally, some of the maneuvers that you use need to go against saving throws, and this is how you calculate it. D&D is just a math game disguised as an RPG, let's be fair about this. Anyway, you have access to a proficiency in an artisan tool at level 3, and you can spend 1 minute pulling a deku from my hero on your enemy at level 7. All in all, not bad. Anyway though, here are the combat maneuvers that I gave her, which are okay, I guess. Menacing attack, where you have a chance of scaring your target, causing them to be frightened by you. It makes sense when you know who Jingliu is. Sweeping attack, where you can hit another target nearby, so long as they are 5 feet apart from the original one. I like to see it as similar to her skill. I also gave her ambush, since she's weirdly sneaky that way. And I also gave her precision attack, which just feels like an ability that she would have. And finally, I gave her tactical assessment. She used to be a part of the Cloud Knights, how else can I explain it? For her ability scores, her high should be her dexterity, then constitution, then her intelligence. Next should be her strength, and then either wisdom or charisma, depending on which skill you're more likely to use. For her background, I went with soldier, because she used to be a Cloud Knight and a member of the High Cloud Quintet. I would have gone with folk hero for her, but the issue is that no one remembers Jingliu as a hero anymore. It just didn't feel right to give her that, and the abilities that came with it didn't suit her really well. As for her feat, I chose Alert for her. It gives her +5 to her initiative, and pretty much makes her aware of everything around her, meaning you can't surprise her and enemies don't have advantage, even if they're unseen by her. Works out well if she's blindfolded, eh? For languages, I went with Sylvan for her. It felt like an old language that would be spoken on the Luofu, if you see the Shenzhou natives as elves in this world. As for her proficiencies, I first gave her smithing tools as a small nod to Yingxing, and she probably learned some bladesmithing techniques from him when they were still regular people. Then I also gave her the 3 dragon ants as a small reference to the still living members of the High Cloud Quintet. I don't even know what the game is, I just saw the name and went with it. For skill proficiencies, I gave her Arcana, Survival, and History to kind of reference her Mara struck and how she survived the incident but was still affected by it. And I also gave her Acrobatics as a small nod to her ultimate where she leaps into the air and chucks ice crescents at her foes. She has no magic sadly, so we move on to her equipment instead. I gave her a short sword, but you can flavor it however you like. You can also add some additional equipment to her if you want to, so long as it has been approved by your DM. But anyway, it's backstory time now. Just a little tale to close up the video. Let's get going, shall we? I will cut down even the stars in the sky. The moment she drew her blade at her, she knew that something was wrong. She was angry. Her blood burned in her veins as she remembered the look of terror in the eyes of the man she once called her friend, her ally, her comrade, someone she thought she could trust. Why would they do that to her? Why would they do such a thing? Bringing the dead back to life? Were they insane? Or were they as heartbroken as she felt that day, when she fell from the sky, shattering their hearts into pieces? She screamed as she pierced her heart, but it was already too late for her. The curse had sprouted from the spring of their mistakes, and had took hold of her mind almost completely then, and she lost herself in the cursed voice that no longer was her own. She rampaged through the streets she swore to protect, attacking the people she once believed she would always serve. She saw the look of horror on the face of her once beloved student as he drew his blade and pointed it towards her. "Farewell, Master." He spoke his final words to her, and everything went black all of a sudden. She awoke, but she wasn't herself anymore. She had escaped. Thunder struck from the sky, and her body felt unnaturally cold. A cold that she would soon be too familiar with for the rest of eternity that stretched on ahead of her. "I swear to you, I will cut even the stars in the sky," she promised, but to who? Far away she could hear the pattering of rain, drowning the souls that had been cursed by the mistakes of those she once called her friends. The longer she lived, the more the curse will take from her, but the end has not come for her just yet. She will cleave heaven and earth from one another, and maybe that will be what she finally needs to put it all to rest. But then again, will that truly be enough to wash away the sins anymore? And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, you guys. It was quite fun to make. I kind of wonder if we'll ever get more High Cloud Quintet content again. As in proper content, by the way. I'm not talking about a side quest that's just there. No shame on the Luofu or anything, but, you know, I just want to see the 4 of them again. I spent too long on Amphorius pretending to be a Danghan. Let me have some nice content with all of them, please. Oh well. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you like, and I hope to see you all again next time. Take care.